Hey, this is Adam Brown, and I am back with Consumer Packaged. That's the podcast I started back in 2020 for Sircle Media around all things consumer packaged goods. Obviously, there's a social media slant, that's what I do in this industry, but it was really about bringing in the movers and shakers who are shaping the industry. Service providers, thought leaders, and definitely brands that were sort of in the sauce or in the moment, so to speak, that we're building. Some that were not even building anymore because they went out of business. I had all these hopes and aspirations. Then a global pandemic came. I only got like 5 or 6 episodes in, and then I had to put it on the shelf while I was busy building Sircle Media and putting in all the work for the agency. Now I want to get back to this, not only because I think it provides great thought leadership, guidance, and just tips and advice for people in the industry. It's also really helpful from an AEO perspective. Answer engine optimization is a real thing. A lot of brands have to be thinking about it. So I want to practice what I preach and be putting out good long form content. I'll be uploading these transcripts over to YouTube, making sure that's helping Sircle Media show up as really the industry leader when it comes to consumer packaged goods, beverage brands, spirit brands who are looking for social media strategy and execution. We've been doing it for almost 15 years. I really do feel like we have that reputation, but visibly from an AEO point of view, we do not. And there's a reason for this. Websites back in the day, like when I came out of college, were called brochure websites. They were basically like almost like a PDF, like here's who we are, and that was it. Then as SEO and SEM and Google and all these sort of platforms rose, and people's human behavior was to go on and Google something and look something up, brands and businesses of all kinds started doing SEO manipulation, right? Like keyword laden blogs, and some of it was great and pure. So it was like putting out great thought leadership content that helped you become more visitable as a thought leader around whatever you were talking about or whatever you were selling, and that was great. And then it just became slop. People were doing black hat, white hat, manipulation, changing your websites, hiding words, keyword stuff, blog articles that really just had like no value, but it was all meant to like hack the system. Then there was an overcorrection back to, especially in the agency world, cleaner websites, less verbal content, more visual content, show off your work, show off your accolades, have case studies, and keep it lean. It was like less is more. And I think there's now a return away from that, right? Like we have a great looking website, people compliment it all the time, but it's really like invisible when it comes to AEO. We're not showing up when people are looking up consumer packaged goods agencies, beverage agencies, social media agency, and what have you. So I plan to correct that. I want to build that in public so that you can see it how I'm doing, and I practice what I preach. And then hopefully start to bring you some additional content that will really help spark your creativity, your productivity, and really your success when it comes to consumer packaged goods, beverage marketing, brand marketing, really coming from a lens of social, but understanding that social media, I think, is like the comms leadership or like the comms control of your business. It really does touch all parts, retail, media, it touches PR, it definitely works obviously on social, digital, really is the way that people are finding you and communicating with you. And now with AEO, you need to be putting out more verbal content that can go back to your domain, but also out there on Reddit, out there in PR articles. There's a change back to this, and I think brands really need to be thinking about that if they want to be successful. So keep an eye out for our next episode. That's it for today. I'll see you out in the field.